BeerBiceps, guys. BeerBiceps, aka Ranveer Allahbadia, is one of India's biggest youth models, biggest social media influencers, biggest YouTubers, biggest entrepreneurs currently right now, with his massive startups coming in right now. His two podcasts, The Ranveer Show and The Ranveer Show Hindi, becoming really big hits. His The Ranveer Show, which is his English podcast, which is his main podcast, actually became Spotify exclusive right now. So yes, he's succeeding in life right now. He's at a very high stage right now, and he's India's biggest youth model. So in this video, I'm going to be dropping down some 6 life lessons that I have learned from him. And before this, also made a video on Ranveer Allahbadia on when his new startup got launched, Big Brain Company, and that video sort of hit off. It got 700-800 views right now. Not really sure about that. Yeah, so in this video, I'm going to be boiling down some life lessons I have learned from him, because he's one of my favorite influencers, one of my favorite people. I've learned a lot from him. I consume all of his podcasts, all of his videos. So back in 2015, he used to make normal videos. When he started his YouTube channel out, he used to make fitness videos. Then he moved to grooming, self-help, self-improvement. And in 2019, he started his podcast. And now majorly he makes only podcasts, and then a few once in a while videos, normal like 10-minute videos on topics, depending. And now it's mostly his podcast, The Ranveer Show, on his BeerBiceps channel, and The Ranveer Show Hindi on his second channel, Ranveer Allahbadia. So yeah, in this video, I'm going to be dropping down 6 life lessons I learned from Ranveer Allahbadia. So the first life lesson that I have learned from Ranveer Allahbadia is think big. Now, Ranveer Allahbadia or BeerBiceps is one of the biggest examples of this particular life lesson, is because BeerBiceps was just an a graduate from an engineering college in Mumbai, and at that time he didn't have really big dreams. He used to be he wasn't really the type of guy we think of him right now. He was very drunk, he used to smoke a lot, and he was nothing related to self-help. But now you can see he's one of the biggest social media influencers. So what happened? He thought big. He had a crazy vision, he had a crazy dream, and now he's accomplishing it. Because at that time he was trying to pursue a job, pursue a career path which no one at that time thought was possible. But he made the possible into possible. He made the impossible into possible. So you can see him right now. So yeah, think big, guys. Have a great vision and move on towards it. The second life lesson that I have learned from him is be a playmaker in life. Now you may be asking, what on earth is a playmaker, Aaqib? Now basically in football there are two main positions, which are the main positions. One is the striker who scores the goal, and one is the playmaker who passes the ball to the striker at the right time, at the right position, so that the striker can score the goal. The playmaker takes the ball from one side of the field to the other while passing, and then he passes to the striker, and striker scores the goal. Ranveer Allahbadia wants to be a playmaker in his life. He wants to he has completely his vision is completely based upon helping people, and his vision is that he wants to provide 20,000 jobs in to the Indian youth, through his startups, his multiple startups. He's I think the co-founder of having 3 startups right now, which would be Monk Entertainment, then there's Big Brain Company, then there's his Level.game, which is going to be releasing pretty soon. I'm excited for that as well. So yeah, he wants to be a playmaker in his life, and you should be too, because when you help other people, it provides inner peace to you as well, and it helps them as well. So yeah, try to help other people, be a playmaker in your life, and help your strikers out. The third life lesson that I have learned from Ranveer Allahbadia or BeerBiceps is learn from the people around you. And this basically applies especially to his podcast, because back in 2019, you guys, he basically was going to quit his YouTube channels and just focus on business. But then his team, who are really supportive and who are really motivating people, sat down with him and asked him, what is the easiest form of content that you can make, through which even you will be having a growth in your career and in your life, and the viewers who are watching it will also have a growth. And Ranveer Allahbadia's answer was podcast, and since then he started his podcast, The Ranveer Show. And then back last year in October, he started his second podcast, which is a Hindi version of the original one, The Ranveer Show Hindi. Both these podcasts are succeeding massively, with both having crazy amount of episodes already. The Ranveer Show has I think 130 plus, and the Ranveer Show Hindi already has 50 plus episodes. So yeah, both podcasts are really engaging, are informative, are really intellectual, smart and intelligent podcasts, which with each episode he basically has a deep, intelligent, smart and intellectual conversation with people who are actually really good in their own fields. He calls actors, he calls scientists, he calls people who are just basically good in in their own fields, and talks to them about the questions and asks them questions, which helps us learn. So if you actually watch a good episode of his podcasts in topics that you are interested in, you learn a lot. So the fourth life lesson that I've learned from him is have motivating people around you. This applies to the life lesson before, when his team sat down with him. As I said, his team is really motivating and his team is really supportive. His team helped him out through phases which he couldn't have helped himself out. His team basically helped him out through his dark phases. So at that dark phase in 2019, when he was going to quit his content, his motivating team, his supportive team asked him what is the easiest form of content that he can make with which even he'll be growing in his own field, and so will us viewers. So as you can see, there's this beautiful quote that I recently read, is that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So if you want to go far in life, then you should go with a team, because it'll be a little slower, but it'll be a long-term path. Whereas if you go alone, you'll go fast, but you won't be able to make it to the long term, and you will make it to the top. Okay, so yeah, have a team around you, have good motivating people, have good friends, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Knowledge opens the door to opportunity, achievement, success, and wealth. The fifth lesson that I have learned from Ranveer Allahbadia is be a forever learner. Be curious, be thirsty for knowledge. And as I have said in many of my videos, I'm a lifelong learner. I will never stop learning. Now, learning, how can you learn new things? How can you be more curious? Many ways. I'll be making a separate video on that topic, on how to be smarter, how to keep learning in your life. Good options would be read books, listen to podcasts, listen to TED Talks, do online courses, read as many books as possible, watch infotainment and information, knowledge-filled YouTube videos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Talk to intelligent people, have conversations with them, learn from the people above you, learn from the people below you, because as a wise person once said, a wise person would actually also try to learn from a dumb ass. So yeah, try to learn from everyone, have a learning mindset and have a growth mindset, and you can do this. The sixth life lesson is pretty simple. Your business won't succeed unless and until your customers are actually benefiting from the product. So while you're making the product of your business, which could be a physical or a just digital product, or just pretty much anything, because this video is a digital product, and if I'd write a book, that would be a physical product. So any product you're making in your business, have a thing in mind that whether the customers, whether the people who are going to be watching the video, or going to reading the book, or buying the product, will actually benefit from it. For example, while making this video, I have a thought in mind whether my viewers or whoever's going to be watching this video will learn anything from it. Yes, because BeerBiceps, everyone likes him, and I'm just trying to pass out the information I learned from him, because many people don't do that. So yeah, I have a product in mind, which is this, and I know that my viewers will benefit from this particular product. That's why I make these videos. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this particular video. I know I haven't been posting pretty consistently lately. I was sick since a week. I have been on antibiotics. Yeah, and that's why my voice is also still very hazy and not as it used to be before. So yeah, please don't mind that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and bye. Peace.